It'll feel summer-like, and it will be dry until next week. From the KUR Studio Newsroom, I'm Mike Reggs.
Any views or opinions expressed on KUR are not necessarily those of Kutztown University, Kutztown University Student Government, Kutztown University Student Services Incorporated, KUR staff and management, or other affiliated organizations.
Kutztown Live. Kutztown University Campus's Campus and Community Interest Radio Magazine. You can call Kutztown Live at 610-683-4859. And now, your host for Kutztown Live, Juliana Jablonski.
Hello and welcome to Kutztown Live, Kutztown University's campus and community talk show. I am your host, Juliana Jablonski, and I'm here with my co-host, George Fladeland. Welcome, George. He's just walking in now.
How we doing? I had my photography course before this.
You look all dressed up and fancy.
I am all dressed up and fancy. Had to do a football recap video on the Kutztown University football team. Did it for class, and hopefully it'll be on the website sometime tomorrow.
Nice. Well, have to make sure everyone keeps an eye out for that. The football team did really good this weekend.
Yes, absolutely.
We won 62-17, I think.
Oh, yeah, we did.
There was a good discount at the school store yesterday. I got
40% off.
I bought 3 shirts for like $20.
What'd you get?
I got 2 t-shirts and a long sleeve shirt. So it was a good
right
deal,
on.
though.
KU Spirit.
Oh, yeah. Later on in the show, we will be hearing from Jonathan Lopes from the CDC, and then later on, we will be speaking to Nikolai about the Gender and Sexual Minorities Conference that is coming up here on campus. A few weeks ago, we spoke to Dolores Hess from the Health and Wellness Center about the new mental health screening system that was to be put up on campus. Well, now, if you walk into the library and you look to your left, you will see the kiosk when you walk in. When we spoke to Dolores Hess, she told us that kiosk was placed in hopes that students will feel comfortable checking their mental health at a kiosk like someone would feel comfortable checking their blood pressure at the gym or wherever those things are located. So I stopped by the kiosk, I think it was yesterday, just to see how it worked, because I know we spoke to her on the show, and it's super simple. Like we did, there's a bunch of different options of different things you can talk about if you have anxiety or alcohol problems or all different things. And so that's super cool that that's there. I think people don't know it's there, so I guess making sure spreading the word. I think people walk by it and wonder what it is, but no one knows. I don't know, have you heard anyone talk about it at all?
I have not. I've tried to tell my friends that it's there. So just definitely getting the word out, and hopefully people will utilize the resources here on campus.
And it's super cool. It's super quick. And so even just take time to stop and check it out. I started a quiz just to see how it was, and then I stopped it halfway because you can X out of it and when you're done. But I just wanted to see, how it worked because I took the quizzes online before it even came out. We also spoke to the Keystone newspaper a couple weeks ago. And as I was leaving the library after looking at the mental health kiosk, I grabbed a Keystone newspaper because I've never even looked at it. Have you ever seen the Keystone newspaper?
I used to write for the Keystone newspaper,
Did you
yes.
Really? What did you do?
I helped out with a lot of the sports teams. I helped write an article on Dr. Hawkinson when we were trying to do the presidential search committee. When Chance the Rapper came, I almost interviewed Chance the Rapper. It's my only regret, but I got to interview the CEO of the touring group that Chance was on at the time. So a lot of great opportunities through the Keystone that you can really, be a part of.
And Chance was here for homecoming, your freshman year? I wasn't here, I don't think, that year,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This year, I don't know, I've heard a lot of people have different feelings about this. There's a magician coming. Have you heard that?
I have not.
There's a magician coming, but I love magicians. I think that's so cool. And people are like, wow, because apparently a lot of people voted on who was going to come and perform. Because I know last year we were supposed to have
Mike Posner,
but ticket sales didn't do too wonderful, I heard, and
Something
ended
like
up
that.
getting canceled. But there's a magician coming the Wednesday before homecoming, I think. It's either Tuesday or the Wednesday night before homecoming. And then there's
My head's spinning with senior seminar stuff.
and there's some band that's going to be there Friday night or some like group, something the Sticks of something.
Like the Sticks?
No, not them. That's not what I was
Like from
thinking
the
of.
70s, the Sticks? They're
I'm
still
trying
alive?
I wonder what it is, but I'm not sure, but I know there's a magician coming, and
The
I'm
Magic
super excited
Sticks?
about that, but my roommates wish it was like a band or something, but I think it's cool. I'm excited. Hopefully the people will go. I'll buy a ticket myself, and I'll be the only one in the audience. But no, people should definitely go to that. I think that's the Tuesday before homecoming. I'm excited.
Nah, people would definitely go.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, the Keystone newspaper, back to that, I grabbed that, and it was just super cool. I never even looked at it. I barely even knew that people wrote it, and it's like a legit, real newspaper. It's free.
Yeah.
Anyone can grab it. I was looking through it. There's pictures of students. It's right.
You know, the office is right there.
I know, it's right across the hall. But I
Aw.
interviewed the two people last week. I think it was.
If Justin's listening to this, I apologize,
It was
Justin.
Justin
Since
and
Juliana doesn't read it.
I interviewed him about it, but I don't know, it was super cool to grab it and see, and just that our school does that. I know the office is across the hall, but I never knew that it was across the hall. In other news, it has been in popular topic, the movie It. Have you seen it or want to see it, or did you ever see the old one?
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the old one. I don't want to see the new one. I do find it funny that people put the red balloons everywhere, but like, I'm not a scary movie guy. I stick to my comedies.
Are you like too scared of them, or do you just hate them? Or?
Well, like if all right, say one of my friends wants to watch it and like there's just no way of getting out of it, like I will be that annoying friend that will laugh the whole time because like I don't do them. I don't do them at all.
I forced me and my friend, I don't know, Emily from high school, we forced my mom to go see, what was it? It was some scary movie. My mom hates scary movies, but it was just funny that she was kind of there.
Can't do it.
I can't think of, it was the one about the guy with all the different personalities. I can't think of the name. He was a really good actor. He played all those different characters. Started with an S, but I cannot think what it was. It came out last winter. But it has been talking about, and there's red balloons everywhere. I saw it 2 weekends ago, and I do like scary movies. Me and my friends like to binge watch scary movies and things like that. But I thought it was really good. I thought it was a little more, like, I don't do well with, like, bloody and gory and things like that. And it was more gorier than I expected. But I thought it was good. And it was funny. There was, oh gosh, that's my mom sending me a text. It's ringing. Shout out to my mom. But what was I saying? It was more gory than I thought, but it was definitely good. I never saw the original one, but the kid from Stranger Things. I don't know, did you watch that on Netflix?
Nope.
Okay, well,
I'm a horrible movie, TV show guy.
Usually
Even though I'm like a video production major, but like, you know, therefore I have my own style because I haven't seen everybody else's.
True, that's true. But there's the kid from Stranger Things. I can't remember his name, but he's in it, and he's so funny. It was like a lot more funny. It was like funny and scary all in one movie. So I definitely think it was good. But I was looking up about movie reviews and seeing what's popular today. And do you remember the Emoji Movie? I just thought this was so funny that it got a 0% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know if you heard that when it came out.
Yeah,
0%.
That doesn't surprise me. But
And my sister and her friend went and saw it. Just to, like, see how horrible it was.
And how old are they?
She's a senior in high school now, and her friend is a freshman at Temple. They went to go.
So they've grown up with emojis.
Yes. So they went to see it, and they said it was horrible. I'm like, well, you knew it was going to be horrible going into it. But I just thought it was, I don't know, funny that it was.
I'm sure it was a terrible movie.
Yeah, I'm glad I did not see it. In other news, I was looking at what was trending on Twitter today. And today, I should have started off the show like this. Today is Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Arr.
If you didn't, I don't even know how to talk like a matey. I sound Australian. But it's Talk Like a Pirate Day for all of you if you want to continue to talk like a pirate. Also, there has been a bunch of crazy hurricanes and storms, and there was Harvey, Irma, Jose, and I don't know if you heard, now there is Maria. It hit Dominica, and it is now heading towards Puerto Rico, and it is a now Category 5 storm. So there's just been some craziness going on in the world.
Yeah, I don't want to live in Florida. Nope.
Oh my gosh, I feel
Not into
so
that.
bad for all those.
Yeah, J.J. Watt, you know the football player?
I've heard that name.
J.J. Watt, he is a football player for the Houston Texans.
Okay.
You know how one of the hurricanes went over
Texas?
Houston?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he helped raise, obviously with people all across the country and the world and stuff, over, I believe it was like $30 million that he was able to raise for the hurricane relief. So, great guy.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And also, when I was looking on Twitter today, I don't know, maybe you heard about this, Toys R Us filed for bankruptcy right before this holiday season because kids don't want real toys anymore. They're just getting tablets and iPads and all that kind of stuff. I don't know.
No.
And I have a persuasion class. And today we were even talking about this. It was funny because I wrote this down and then we were talking about it in my class today we were like reminiscing about all the old toys and things we used to have. And
Yeah.
I don't know, like for some reason I've been thinking about, do you remember, I don't know if you played with Tamagotchis.
I never did.
You probably didn't because they were more for like younger girls. But
I knew friends who did it. Like,
yeah, like that
but I
kind
just
of
never,
stuff.
it's kind of weird.
But
I played Pokemon.
okay.
Pokemon was my thing. I mean, you gotta get your classic board games.
But apparently it may be no more after. We'll have to see how things go.
It's terrible.
But I know, I was looking at that. And then also talking about old things not staying. Okay, well that's not what I wanted to say. Talking about tablets and iPads and things like that. The new iPhone X. Is that what it's called? Have you heard about it? Do you have an iPhone?
I do have an iPhone. The problem with technology, right? It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. But like when it changes every like half month and you have to get the new thing because otherwise you can't like plug it into anything or like the YouTube goes not YouTube. Wow, like something goes bad. Like it's just kind of ridiculous. And going back to the Toys R Us thing, like I'm glad we grew up with technology, right? We grew up with like, the internet was still really bad, and then like we like grew up with it essentially. Like as the iPhone got better, and we essentially grew up with it. So we like knew some sort of responsibility of like, like it used to be really bad and now it's like really good. Even though, that's a whole debate of like, is it good or bad for you? But I don't know. I liked it when we were born.
Because we were talking about even like the old, every girl wanted like the pink flip razor phone, or some guy was talking about how like his dream thing, he wanted the Sidekick. That like.
Oh, I wanted the razor. It was cool, man. Like,
yeah, the little.
You felt like you're actually gonna shave your face, which I still can't shave, so it's cool.
My mom's, when she was texting me, the movie was Split, with the guy with all the different personalities.
Oh.
Thanks, Mom.
Split them up.
I just got that.
Shout out.
Text.
To Mama.
Halloween's coming up. That's super exciting.
Oh yeah.
In Target, a very nice place to go. They would have the $1 Halloween socks, so make sure you get. Have you ever? I mean, they're mostly they have some men socks with like pumpkins and fun things on them, but they have a lot of fun sizes. So, and at Christmas they always have a poppin' selection of Christmas socks. A poppin' selection of Christmas socks. So I went and stocked up on some Halloween socks. So I'm fully stocked for this season. And also, when I was looking at what was trending on Twitter, Tuesday Thoughts were trending, and a lot of people were sharing most motivational quotes. And I know I talked about this last year because people used to post Tuesday Thoughts, and I love quotes. At my house, I have like an entire wall that I covered in index cards that I wrote and decorated individual quotes on. There has to be at least like at least 800 or so. 800 plus. An entire wall is just covered in index cards with quotes, and I worked on it for 4 years.
4 years.
4 years. So I thought I would share some. I have 3 short quotes to share. I quickly looked up a few.
Ooh, do tell.
The first one says, it's just for a little motivational support.
Here we go.
I guess. This first one says, go for it, whether it ends good or bad. It was an experience.
Ooh.
The second one is,
that.
the bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot. And the last one, the last one is always find time for the things that make you happy to be alive. Hey.
I'm just kidding.
No,
first and last one were good. Second one, not.
Okay, I'm going to rate my quotes.
Well, you got 800 more to choose from, so I'm sure there's some better ones.
All right. Yeah, those were just I was looking up a quick 3 on my laptop. And then last thing trending on Twitter.
The Twitter.
Is Bliss is the new powder puff girl. Did you hear about this?
No, I did not.
That she was lost for years, and she just came out to make an appearance. She was like the first original one, and now she's the 4th sister.
The what?
You know, there's 3 of them. What is it? Buttercup, Bubbles, and oh my gosh, now I can't think of the 3rd one. Buttercup, Bubbles, and
this is gonna drive me
the one
insane.
in like the dark red. Why can't I think of her name?
Oh, this is so bad.
Oh my gosh.
Well, if you know this answer, please call in at 610-683-4058.
Yes.
Actually, the talk show hotline is 610-683-4859.
Thank you for that.
But I like the Powerpuff Girls. They're pretty cool.
I'm trying to find.
Kicked some butt.
I think I definitely watched them as a kid.
Yeah.
But is it? I thought it ended.
Yeah, it
Wasn't
ended.
a still thing.
No. It ended, and then they brought it back. Like I want to say, like a year ago.
See, that's Buttercup, Bubbles, and who's the 3rd one? That's the new one. Her.
I've never seen that one before. I mean, obviously it's new.
Those are the 3. But Bliss is the 4th Powerpuff Girl, and everyone's talking about.
She's just on Twitter.
But
She
now
didn't Google it. She didn't Google, hey, what are the 4 Powerpuff Girls? She was like, let me see what's trending on Twitter still.
Oh, my mom! Look, my mom's filling me in. It's Blossom.
Blossom.
And look, she sent me a picture of my wall that's covered in quotes.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of quotes.
They're all individually written and decorated and everything.
High school diploma of the same one.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? George and I here went to the same high school.
Yeah, for better or worse, you know.
All right, well, we're going to take a short break, and we will be right back with more of Kutztown Live.
It's Telescopic Topics, a look into the world above us.
Imagine a life where you only had bite-sized cubes to eat with no flavor. Food that has to be freeze-dried, and drinks that are semi-liquids stuffed into aluminum tubes. I am Rachel Rodriguez. For John Glenn, that was a harsh reality. He was the first American man to attempt to eat in the environment of Earth's orbit. The food available was unappetizing, and the menu was limited. By the time Apollo was launched, they made huge advancements in packaging. With improved packaging came better food. Astronauts were then able to eat food such as shrimp, chicken, vegetables, pudding, and applesauce. However, creating better food choices was only half the battle. Keeping astronauts healthy and fit is harder than one might think. Each and every portion must be meticulously calibrated to determine the weight. Weight plays a major role in space. Every pound they launch into space to the astronauts costs $10,000. This is why all food must be freeze-dried. This process removes moisture and reduces 3% of the weight. When the process is complete, each portion weighs 1 ounce. This lowers the cost of transportation to $660 per pound. That saves tons of money that could be used for research and other missions. But what are chicken nuggets with no ketchup? Condiments are important to an astronaut's diet. Salt and pepper, along with other condiments, can be stored in liquid form. This is because the grains of salt would float away. This This could be very dangerous. The grains could clog up air vents, contaminate equipment, or get stuck in an astronaut's eyes, mouth, or nose. Today, astronauts have 250 food options to choose from. Many have stated that flavors tend to be dull and adapt a craving for spicier, more tart foods than they usually liked on Earth. As weird as it may sound, it is not uncommon for space travelers to enjoy foods they did not like on Earth.
Telescopic Topics, a look into the world above us. Stay tuned to KUR for more Telescopic Topics. Telescopic Topics is a production of the KU Physical Sciences Department and is recorded by the KU astronomy students in the studios of KUR. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to KUR Kutztown Live. I'm your co-host, George Fladeland, here with Juliana Jablonski, and we've been discussing things off air, things like that, and we haven't discussed about our new Vice President and Dean of Students, Mr. Dr. Donovan McCargo. He's a great guy. Been able to talk with him a few times on campus. He spoke at Unity Day a couple weeks ago. Got to see him at the Council of Trustees meeting last week or 2 weeks ago. He's a newer guy and is going to bring a lot of new ideas here to Kutztown University, and we are glad to have him here in the KU family.
Yeah, I didn't even know we had a new Dean of what is it again? Dean of Students.
Dean of Students.
Dean of Students. I had no idea.
Oh yeah. Previous one was Dr. Bob. He was our advisor for SGB. I'm drawing a blank now. Wow, that's ridiculous.
I think I met with the previous one last year.
Yeah.
I want to say, because I think we had him on air, but I cannot remember his name.
Bob Watrous, that's what it was. Bob Watrous. He had been the previous Dean of Students for the last 20 years or so, 30 years. And he retired this past year, so we are in good hands now.
All right, that's exciting. Maybe we'll have to get him onto the show.
Love to have him here.
We could shoot him an email and have him on.
Oh, yeah.
Today, I don't know if you've been in the library since school started.
I do study.
Okay,
Excuse me.
But they redid the library a little bit. If you hadn't noticed, there's some new comfy chairs that I was excited about.
It looks like a spaceship when you walk in.
Huh. Okay, maybe.
That's what I think, personally. Because they have like those like opaque wall things
where all the
with the
computers
computer.
are.
Yeah, and it like snakes around. I don't know. I like it.
And
I
just
think
like
it's cool.
the new chairs. They have like
Yeah.
I don't know, they're comfy, and there are finally some nice chairs in there.
It's all about the chairs.
Today is the grand opening of the new library. If you didn't know, they have balloons and signs and posters, and they're giving away
I've been in class all day, so.
snacks. So have I, but I haven't. I've walked past it.
How'd you find out about it? Oh, you just walked past it.
Well, I walked past the end. It was an extra credit assignment for my one class. If you went in and signed a paper that you went and saw the grand opening of the library.
Man, I wish I got extra credit for that. I don't think I was going to get it, though, from my yoga class or my photography class, so.
What kind of what photography class?
It is a digital photography class.
Oh, I remember you were saying, so you can up your Instagram game.
Yeah, something like that. Got to get better, got to get the likes up, all that good stuff.
How's that going? Because I wanted to take I've always wanted to take a photography class and stuff like that, but are you enjoying it so far?
I'm loving it. Just like McDonald's, It's not even a paid advertisement. But no, it's really cool. It's really informative. Using Photoshop and getting into the basics of it, because I haven't actually used Photoshop in my 4 years. Oops. Even though I'm a video production major. But no, it helps with how a camera works and things like that, and helps me increase my skills, if you will.
All right.
Girls love skills. Name that movie.
Napoleon
Nunchuck skills.
Dynamite.
Yep. Computer hacking skills.
Oh my gosh.
Girls like guys with skills.
I think my family, we could probably quote that entire movie.
Oh yeah.
It's a classic.
100%.
That, and we say that one and Nacho Libre. Have you seen that one? with
I
Jack
have seen
Black.
that. Yes.
You like that one or no?
I like Napoleon Dynamite better because he's
Oh, yeah.
awkward.
Of course.
He's like me. He's just really awkward.
Oh my goodness. Well, it also with the grand opening of the library,
Back to
the
the library, yep.
University Writing Center has a new location. Do you know where that is?
Inside the library,
It is-
right on the first floor.
It
Am I
is
right?
right inside the library in 100C. So come on down and visit the library.
Ayo. Because it used to be in Old Main, and I was like, why would you have it in Old Main? But now it's at a central location where everybody's studying and stuff. Just makes it, it makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
a lot more sense. And that was helped pushed on by Student Government Board this last 2 years on ideas how to make it better for students.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely a much better place for it to be. Because I know I hate going in Old Main. Every time I walk in, I get lost. And now that it's in the library, I think it'll be more resourceful for more students. And I think more students will know about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think. So I definitely think that's a good idea. Also, on Tuesdays, a little announcement here. I don't think maybe you know about this. The Kutztown Pipe Band
Pipe band.
Pipe
Pipe
has
it up.
begun lessons for beginners. They're held Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m., so you still have time to go over tonight, or Mondays at 1 p.m. Experienced pipers and drummers practice on Tuesdays at 7, and contact Sherrod, Sherrod, at kutztown.edu if you are interested in being a piper.
Right on.
How do
What
you
kind of
know?
instruments do they have? Do you know? Do they say?
What pipers and drummers?
Pipers and drummers. Ah, I get it. That would make sense now. Very fun.
Yeah. Also, this weekend is Family Day.
You know
I
it.
think we said that last weekend. Family Day's going on. There's a bunch of different events. And I saw on the door right across from the school store that there is tie-dye at 3 in the gym.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I won't be there, though. I'll be at the football game.
and where
Well, that's like earlier in the day because the football game is at 6:05 kickoff time. Put a little plug in there.
so you still have time to go tie-dye a shirt.
Hey.
But that game's against Millersville. Right?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Right? Yeah.
Against Millersville, and we should win this one. We were second in the PSAC preseason poll, and we actually now will be starting PSAC play against Millersville, as we just said, and I'm feeling confident. We've definitely beat them last year. I want to say a year before. I have a friend from Millersville, so hopefully he's not listening. But yeah, we're gonna win, Logan. We're gonna win.
Oh my gosh. I know. I'm always like, oh, Millersville. Like, it's right by us.
Oh yeah,
So I think that's super cool. And
by where we're from.
you worked for Mac. That's right. I worked a lot at Millersville over the summer. Didn't you work for Mac?
I did. Yeah. I transferred to the Reading.
Oh, that's right.
Reading
I
office, though.
remember. Yeah, this past summer, I worked a lot of events at Millersville. They were rebuilding a lot of stuff, and it was fun. I worked in their cafeteria. It's a good time over there. It's a neat school. My cousin goes there.
Right on.
I think a lot of people from our high school ended up going there, at least for my grade.
Yeah. Actually, same here. And well, yeah, it's like an hour drive south from here. Go down 222.
Yeah, about an hour. I mean, it takes me about an hour to get home, and it's like 15 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
But I guess if you stay on the highway, it's about an hour.
Yeah,
I would say.
something like that, give or take.
So that should be fun. This past Saturday, I had to DJ part of the tailgate at...
Oh, how was that?
It was all right. There was a few people. It was mostly families, and someone's grandma was coming up talking about their son that plays football. And I'm like, I don't know him, but he sounds like a good kid. But I just played some music in a yard for families for a couple hours, so that wasn't bad. But I didn't get to go to the game. Ended up going to the Phillies game down.
How was that? Was that disappointing or?
I'm just not a huge sports fan in general, so it's not going to be disappointing to me. The Phillies did win, so that was good. They were against the athletes.
Oakland Athletics?
Wow,
it's okay.
See how much I know. Oh my gosh. Yes, the Oakland Athletics. But the Phillies won, so that was cool. But there was a rain delay, so that was rough. And then I took a train and a subway to get there. My boyfriend and I, we did. And we got, because of the rain delay, it put us an hour and a half behind. And then there was construction on the subway tracks that put us another 45 minutes behind. We were stuck on the subway. So then when we got to where our train was supposed to be, there were no more trains coming. So we were stranded at a train station. And then we got on some random train to another train and had to call. And we made it home, but it was quite an adventure.
Sounds like it.
So,
I mean, the Phillies aren't very good, but I'm sure it was fun. There you go.
I bought a hat. I was like, I want a baseball hat and a hot dog, and I'll be all right.
I mean, that's what you do at a baseball game.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not big on sports, but I like the environment.
Funnel cakes. That's where it's at.
I did not get a funnel cake.
Oh, why not?
I got a souvenir cup.
Okay.
And a hat and a hot dog. What a time to be alive. But in just a few short moments here, we will be speaking to Justin Lopes from the Career and Development Center. And then we will be speaking to Nikolai about the Gender and Sexual Minorities Conference that is also coming up here on campus.
Gonna be some good interviews. I can feel it.
Yeah, can you feel it?
I can feel it. It's going to go well. I mean, Career and Development Center, that's my favorite office on this campus since, you know, I'm a senior. I need like an internship next semester and going to need a job eventually. So I got to go to a bunch of events.
What's your dream job after college? What do you want to do?
Ooh, dream job.
Yes.
I guess I love ESPN 30 for 30 films.
Okay.
It's like sports documentaries for ESPN. I love to do those. I could see myself doing live production for television.
Okay.
Either like some kind of sport, hopefully a sport, because those are just more fun than politics. I'm not I'm gonna stay far away from politics. Where else? I'd love to work with a sports team because this summer.
What would be your dream sports team to work with?
A soccer team or an NFL team.
Okay.
But a sports team in general. I'm not too picky, particularly. But this summer, I got to intern with the Reading United soccer team here in Reading, and that was really cool, really fun experience. They're all they're like pretty much all Division I athletes, and they play on this team over the summer so that they don't lose their eligibility, right? And they're like really good. They come from like University of North Carolina, Clemson, Duke, all these really, really good D1 schools. And we made it to playoffs all the way up in Massachusetts, but we lost. I drove 6 hours.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, it was an adventure.
No, that's
and they come
exciting.
from everywhere too, like England, Italy, Jamaica, Chicago. One kid's from Kutztown. Like
on that team?
Yeah, he graduated from Kutztown High School.
Oh wow, I think there's a kid from Kutztown here that's going to be in the NFL, or he was drafted. Hello, and welcome to Kutztown Live, Kutztown University's campus and community talk show. I'm your host, Juliana Jablonski, and I'm here with Nikolai Blichar, and he is here to speak to us about the Gender and Sexual Minorities Conference. Hello, and welcome, and thank you for coming into KUR this afternoon.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having me, and I'm very excited to share with the campus community and the broader community at large our inaugural Gender and Sexual Minorities Conference at Kutztown University. The conference will be taking place next Friday, September 29th. Check-in will begin at 9 a.m. and the event will go to 4 p.m. But we're really excited about this opportunity because it allows us to network with people across our region on LGBT issues as it applies to the arts, research, academics, advocacy. healthcare, law, and politics. So we have presenters coming from across the region to present on these different types of topics, and we're really excited specifically about our keynote speaker, Mara Kiesling. She's the executive director for the National Center for Transgender Equality. So we'll be having her speak at 10 a.m. In the McFarland Student Union building. And then afterwards, she'll have her own Q&A session about transgender equality and where do we go from there. And I just wanted to highlight a few other presentations that we have throughout the day. We have the executive director for the Pennsylvania Youth Congress, which is an LGBT youth advocacy group, coming to present about trans rights and LGBT rights in Pennsylvania. We have Atticus Rank from the Barbary Sullivan LGBT Community Center coming to talk about tobacco and how it affects LGBT individuals' health. And we also have geosharing and coding for gender-neutral bathrooms, which is being presented by a Kutztown University student, Olivia Harn. And later that night, we worked with the MSU to get Moonlight, an Oscar-winning film, to be shown at 8 p.m.
Ooh, and who can attend this, or is there a fee for attending?
There is no fee for attending. It's open to all community members, campus, Kutztown, entire Northeast region.
And is there like a Facebook page or anywhere we can go to like look at more information, or someone we can contact if we have questions about anything?
Right. So if you're looking for more information, you can go on our Facebook, just search GLBTQ, or you can visit our website on kutztown.edu, and you can find the conference schedule as well as information about the conference. If you want to pre-register, visit KUnited and search GLBTQ. Otherwise, you can register on site at the MSU lobby at 9 a.m.
And you said that's next Friday, the 29th?
Yep, that's correct.
All right. Is there any final other announcements or anything else that you have that come to mind that you'd like the students to know, or anything else going on in the GLBTQ office that you can think of?
So we just have a whole bunch of other opportunities coming up this semester. We have Kay Herring. She's the sister of Keith Herring, who actually grew up in Kutztown. A lot of his art has been displayed around the world. He's well known as an LGBT activist. She'll be coming to speak. We also have Anissa speaking at our National Coming Out Day, which will happen later in October. And we have our regular Rocky Horror Picture Show will take place later in October. And for more information about those events, you can visit the GLBTQ Resource Center, Old Main Room 4.
All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by KUR here this afternoon. It was lovely to have you.
Thank you for having me.
It's Telescopic Topics, a look into the world above us.
What is taking so long to have man step foot on Mars? We were able to successfully put man on the moon in 1969, which was 48 years ago. So what's the holdup? Hi, my name is Brant Zimmerman, and I'm here to answer that exact question. The dream to put man on Mars has been around for decades. Technological setbacks have been a big problem. We just don't have the technology to be able to send humans to Mars and back. Designing the technology necessary to fulfill the mission is probably going to be the hardest and most expensive engineering challenge of the 21st century. The average distance between Earth and Mars is about 140 million miles. Think about it this way. Say that there is a straight road between Earth and Mars and you want to drive it in the fastest production car in the world, that car being the Hennessy Benz GT, with a top speed of 270.4 miles per hour. If you were to drive that whole way at that car's top speed with unlimited fuel, it would take you about 21,573 days to complete your journey. That translates to about 59 years. It's a really long time. Just imagine how much fuel would need to be consumed to be able to take off from Earth, touch down on Mars, and then take off again from Mars back to Earth. It definitely would not be like anything we've seen with rockets used in the past for previous missions. Along with that, the astronauts need food, water, and oxygen throughout the mission, which would take many months to complete, so they are going to need a lot of each. Now, say we have the technology to be able to send the astronauts to and from Mars. What are the conditions on Mars like? Well, to start off, with Mars being the fourth planet, it is much farther away from the Sun than Earth is, so that means it's much colder on Mars. The average temperature on Mars is negative 90 degrees Fahrenheit and can drop as low as negative 195 degrees Fahrenheit. With that said, scientists will need to come up with a design for suits to protect astronauts from harsh conditions of the red planet's surface while still allowing them to be mobile. NASA has plans to take this huge leap into interplanetary missions, but they still have a lot to figure out. Thanks for tuning in.
Telescopic Topics, a look into the world above us. Stay tuned to KUR for more Telescopic Topics. Telescopic Topics is a production of the KU Physical Sciences Department and is recorded by the KU astronomy students in the studios of KUR. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, and welcome to Kutztown Live, Kutztown University's campus and community talk show. I'm here with my co-host George Fladeland and Jonathan
Lopes
from the Career and Development Center. Welcome. It is good to have you this afternoon.
Thank you so much. And no worries, by the way, about the last name. I've been getting that so long throughout my life that one of my nicknames is now J-Lo.
All right. Sounds good. I meant to ask you that right when you walked in, but all right. So do you want to first start off by telling us what exactly you yourself do at the Career and Development Center?
Sure. So we call it CDC for short. Sometimes we say the full name because people like to joke that we're the Center for Disease Control, which we are not. My name is Jonathan Lopes. I serve as the graduate assistant, one of three. Actually, I want to give a shout out to Brookie, Cookie, and Shrey Shrey, a.k.a. Allie, as part of Team Jab. They are the other two graduate assistants for CDC. I specifically serve as a liaison to the College of Business. And to begin with, what a graduate assistant means is that you get funding as a graduate intern, a graduate assistant of sorts, for your degree, and you work on campus. So you pretty much spend most of your day here 3 or 4 days a week. And I specifically help College of Business students with everything in terms of mock interviews, Dress for Success, job search strategies, resumes, cover letters, the most underrated documents, and yet hold the most influence, along with helping out career fairs and grad fairs.
And where exactly is the Career and Development Center located?
It is located in Stratton 113. We have see-through doors. We're right next to the print shop or the print office as well as the registrar's office. Literally, as you walk in, you go up the stairs, either entrance, and we are smack dab in the middle right next to the lobby. We have beautiful people in that office with beautiful smiles waiting to help you land hopefully an internship or a job.
And what types of events do the Career Center have coming up?
So we actually hold dozens of events per semester. Some students overlook them and only think I only have to attend them when I'm a junior or senior. However, they're actually open for the most part as soon as you walk in as a student, even as you're an alumnus member. This semester specifically, I want to highlight a few. We have Pancake Palooza. First of all, who does not like pancakes?
Love pancakes.
Who doesn't?
Unless you have a gluten allergy, then I feel you, because people close to me do have that, so I feel with you. We also have our upcoming Job and Intern Fair, which is our main thing in October. It's October 4th, as well as several career days throughout the semester. And lastly, our etiquette dinner, so you learn how to not mess up your clothes while still looking like JT in a suit and tie.
Ooh. And I know you mentioned a few things just a second ago, but what else or what all does the Career Center really offer?
So our old name actually goes back many, many years, and we've had several names. We discussed this just last week at a meeting. Our most recent name was Career Services, similar to what a lot of colleges, no matter what state you're in, they refer to it as. However, a lot of schools, specifically ours, are changing their names into Career Development Center, because instead of looking at it as just a service and that you come in, we help you fix A and B in order for you to get to C, we actually take this as a part of your comprehensive education. We are developing you as citizens, as productive employees, so that way we take out the aspiring professional and make you a professional. A lot of students, in my opinion, are ambitious, charismatic, but very sloppy. And it's not necessarily their fault, unless, like anything else in life, sports, another language, dating, unless you get practice, you're not going to know how to do things correctly.
And I know George said the Career Center is becoming his favorite building or room. Is it more for just seniors, or can anyone of any year go, or what would make people of different years visit the Career
If
Center?
nothing else you remember from this glorious interview, if nothing else, the Career Development Center, and I say this word specifically, is literally and legitimately open for all demographics. The day you walk in, all the way to including when you're an alumnus member post-graduation. I kid you not. The perception is it's a suit and tie office. It's very serious. I don't need to do it until I'm a junior or senior because that's the only time I'm looking for stuff. If everyone has that mentality, that literally means you're wasting essentially 2 or 3 years of your college life to play catch-up the last year. That's a lot of overwhelming information and events and whatnot to complete while also taking classes to make sure you graduate. So I like to look at it as short-term work, long-term win. Occasionally make a meeting, occasionally stop in once or twice a year for a walk-in or an event, and that accumulates over the 4 years. So that way you're much more aware, much more confident, and you don't necessarily need us, but we're always an extra resource because we want students to become self-sufficient as opposed to use this as a crutch.
You're, George, nodding your head over there. Have you been using it recently, or are you going to be starting, or are you one of the people catching up?
George, please, preach.
Because I know I haven't even, I'm a junior this year, but I've never even, I don't think I've stepped foot in it yet.
Ooh.
Educate her, George.
Rough decision. I mean, fortunately, I was already blessed with Kutztown University and the CDC office getting a scholarship opportunity to go to the 2016 Republican National Convention 2 years ago. They're great people. They're so nice. I love Carrie. Shout out to her. So nice, filled with smiles. I've already been to the senior kickoff meeting, one of the 2 or 3 that already happened in the past couple weeks, just to get seniors in particular, that little kick in the butt to, get out of here, graduate, find a job or an internship, and, be productive golden bears in society. But great office. Can't really say other than that.
And he was not paid for that endorsement, for the record, for anyone who's listening. I also want to give a shout out to Janelle and Chad. Carrie is our director, whereas Chad and Janelle are both our amazing assistant directors. Everyone is straight up down to earth. For an office that has this perception that it's super serious and formal, we deal in super serious and formal things for the benefit of you, but in an approach in which everything is friendly and we just break things down so that way it's less intimidating.
And I'm not sure if you know the answer to this,
Sure.
But what does the job field look like after graduate? How many people from Kutztown really find a job, or what career paths are really needing students at the moment?
I was just talking about this morning with someone else by chance. This wasn't even a part of the conversation scheduled. The liberal arts majors are seen as the throwaway majors. It's not a part of STEM. It's not a part of business or anything in the medical necessarily. So people think if it's not one of the sexy, romantic, glorious majors that everyone's heard of and agrees with, liberal arts, you can't do anything with it. Where ironically, the liberal arts, because it holds most of the overall academic programs, actually has the most relatable, transferable skills that you can apply to when working for something. Any degree by itself is somewhat empty. And the reason why I say somewhat empty is because, like anything else in life, you want to be the cliched well-rounded because that makes you stand out. Similar to when you apply to an internship or job. If all you're doing is submitting a resume, and especially if it's an entry-level or mid-level job and everyone is submitting said resume, how are you standing out? And that goes along just as with the major. Whether it's a club on campus, a job on or off campus, an internship, shadowing, radio station involvement, volunteer, student government, Greek life, so on and so forth. It's not that hard. Outside of class is where you get a lot of your fun, so also known as most bang for your buck. You're already paying the bill. Why not take advantage of it? Because that reinforces the overall mission. Become well-rounded, reinforce said degree. So therefore, when you're on your interviews and you're in your documents when you apply, you can say, I have this degree, and in conjunction, in collaboration, I have these things which reinforce how valuable the degree is. I know that was a long-winded answer, but the point being is that when people say, this doesn't matter, that's not worth anything, those are literally opinion statements. Unless someone has legitimate facts, studies behind it, it really is an opinion. And as someone who works for that office, every major is valuable as long as you also do things outside of it. It could just be 1 or 2. Do things outside of it, which help you make you well-rounded.
So you just kind of recommend to everyone, besides school, do something else that would make you just help stand out.
This is how I break it down. Real talk. This is how I break it down.
All right.
For all students. For all students. This is a scoop. You don't even have to buy the book. This is the scoop.
Give it to us.
Think of a buffet. You go to a buffet with your friend, with your boo, with your parents, probably because they'll pay for you. You pay your fee.
Amen.
You pay your fee, and as a result, you get as much as you're willing to take on. You pay one central fee, everything's there for the taking. College is the same exact way. You pay your yearly fee, known as your wonderful gift of a tuition, and as a result, you have everything at your disposal, literally in walking distance. One end of campus to the other, 10 minutes. And I've done that walk myself. So let's break this down. That is just like a buffet. People take advantage of a food buffet. Most students, not as an insult to them, most students, what they'll do is come to campus, regardless if they're commuting or living on, take classes, go hang out with their peeps. That's it. You're already here. I guarantee you, from the dozens of clubs on campus, from the short walk from areas on campus to the CDC office, us especially with what we're promoting, I guarantee you, if you come to us, at the very least, if we can't help you, we'll directly tell you where to go. But if you want to have fun, if you want to make it an experience versus I just took classes, this is not a cliche. I did that myself. You both are upperclassmen. You both are clearly involved. You're more likely to have fun, and you're more likely to do well. That's just straight up objective fact. And for those of you who couldn't hear that, I did just drop the mic.
All right. And I'm just sitting here thinking, I know they say to go to the Career Center earlier, but I'm a junior this year, but what would someone like me, why would I go to the Career Center?
Good question. That is a common question we get, and it's not a softball. It's a legit question. Why should I go to begin with? Our boss, Carrie, specifically, I've listened to her do a few presentations, and this is how she sums it up. When you get the interview for whatever it is, grad school, internships, jobs, don't practice on them with your application. Practice on us. So therefore, it's easy when you go to them. If you ever get an interview for anything, you've actually done half the battle. Your job is to prove them right. They already like you. They invited you to meet them and spend more time with them. They could be doing that. They could be doing other things with that time. Your job is to prove them right. Don't practice on them. Practice on us. We have a certificate program. We have two versions. We have the exploratory one for freshmen and sophomores. We have the success one for juniors and seniors. All of these initiatives we already talk about, or at least most of them, are part of the certificate program. So just by being in the program, it's a 2-for-1. You're doing things you should already be doing, attending the occasional workshop, going to the occasional fair, meeting one-on-one with one of the counselors or directors. You get that done, you're in the program, you get a formal certificate when you complete it, only 8 events for the entire 2 year. And then lastly, you put it on your resume, help you stand out. Little things like that. Everyone wants to get paid. Everyone wants to be productive because no one likes being boring. Little things from time to time. We're not saying come to us every week. We're saying take advantage of us. You're already paying the bill. I'm a first generation everything. College student, college attendee, college graduate, citizen to the U.S. Like, this is a state school. If you want to help yourself stand out, use the fact that it's a state school. They have some great resources here. I was telling all of you off the air, I'm finally glad in life that I got to say the phrase off the air. Take advantage of this. You get 4 years. Most people think everyone has a bachelor's. A third of the country has a bachelor's. So that means only a third of people get to go and finish college. Why not take advantage of it? And for the record, for those of you listening, George is slowly tearing up because this is an emotional thing.
I am.
Aww.
I'm over here.
It's not that hard. If you come to us early on, we break it down. It becomes easier versus trying to do everything when you're a senior.
And do you have to make an appointment, or can you just walk in, or how?
Great question. I am so glad you asked. In fact, you can do both depending on your preference. We have daily walk-ins in Stratton 113, 2 to 4, Monday through Friday. You walk in, you sign in, you meet with someone for about 15 minutes on whatever. A personal statement, a cover letter, a resume, even a generic question or conversation piece. I might have an interview. How do I dress for success? How do I go about practicing for an interview with mock questions or any of the other things I just mentioned? In addition to that, you can just stop by our office outside of those hours, 8 to 4:30, and just say, I would like to have like an extended conversation, like just sit down with someone. Mm-hmm. Linda, our very undervalued, our really cool office assistant, will give you information on, what's your major? What year are you? This is the person you should meet with. Bam. She'll help you book a meeting within minutes, and then you'll have a sit down behind closed doors. You can talk about as much or as little as you'd like.
And what people also don't understand about this CDC is that the cool thing what they have in their office is they have this whole stack of how to write a resume, how to do your resume and cover letter for your specific major and your specific field. Because I'm a video production major, I don't necessarily have the same things as a business major or a Spanish major. They have their own sort of thing, and I have to show, why I'm good at using a camera or editing. That's, I feel like at other places it's just kind of like, well, here's a resume. Why don't you just put this? But they give you all those specific things on your specific major and your career path, which I've found really cool because you guys do 2 reviews of the resume per year, right?
Yeah, per year. And the reason why is because we want to set high expectations that you don't use this as a crutch. We work together, especially if it's during one of the formal meetings or walk-ins. It's not as if you sit there quietly, we review stuff and give it to you. We work together. We don't talk at you. We talk with you, because we want you to become self-sufficient. And the reason why we give 2 is because we want to accommodate all students. There have been times in the past in which students not necessarily abuse, but they may not be aware that they're coming in too consistently, whereas we want you to get the information so that way you become proactive versus needing us every step of the way.
And is there a Facebook or a website or somewhere on the internet
we are on everything: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. All you have to do is search in career development at Kutztown University or Kutztown University Career Development. Our wonderful graduate assistant, Brooke Fontoura, a.k.a. Brookie Cookie, my Portuguese sister. She supervises all the accounts. We talk about it during meetings. Very user-friendly, and it's legitimate stuff. None of it's nonsense. None of it's fluff. It's cool, it's easy, and it's fun.
I'm looking it up right now.
I'm telling you, we should hire you to work for us.
And are there any just final thoughts or things you would like to say to the people listening this afternoon?
Yes, a few details I'm going to mention briefly. Pancake Palooza, learn how to work a career fair so that way you're in and out doing it the right way so it's easy on both the employers as well as yourself. September 27th, 2 to 4, MSU 218, come at any time. Job and internship fair, the final thing that we're offering that we do it once per semester. October 4th, 12 to 3, MSU 218, you are required to bring a resume and dress for success. Think about JT, think about any celebrity that goes to the Oscars, do it essentially like a step below that. No need to go gala. Our career days, we have 3 career days. We have our sociology one on November 7th. We have our IT-based one November 9th, and we have a higher ed one for anyone looking to essentially follow in our footsteps, work in colleges on Halloween. All MSU 250 at 11 a.m. All of these events, if you want to find greater details or at least sign up, go to KCUN. You don't know what that is? Come to Stratton 113. We will help you. Lastly, our etiquette dinner, specifically for people like George who are seniors. If you want a free meal, a legit free 3-course meal.
That's what I'm talking about.
September 26th. It is going down. Sign up if you're a senior at KUCN by September 19th and MSU 218. All of these events are free, and for the exception of the etiquette dinner, open to the entire student body.
All right. Well, thank you so very much for coming in with us this afternoon. We were glad to have you.
Thank you so much. Please go read a book.
Thank you.
You are listening to
KUR, the radio voice of Kutztown University. On air at 1670 AM. Streaming online at www.kutztown.edu/KUR. At select times of the day on Service Electric, Berks Channel 24. Hometown Utelecom Channel 191. Service Electric Lehigh Channel 266. On your smartphone using a free app like TuneIn. You can listen to KUR anywhere you have a phone. Like that landline, just by dialing 563-999-3101. KUR, Kutztown University's source for music, talk, and everything in between.
Nominated for Best College Radio Station at an institution with under 10,000 enrollment and winner of Best Use of Social Media, your news leader in northeastern Berks County, KUR Kutztown.
News, time for news.
From the KUR Studio Newsroom, I'm Mike Reggs. Community College of Philadelphia and Kutztown University are entering into a dual admissions transfer partnership that will provide students with a seamless transfer path to Kutztown and save them money. Transfer has been and continues to be a popular goal for a large proportion of incoming college students. The U.S. Department of Education indicates that between 50% to 80% of all incoming community college students seek to transfer and earn a bachelor's degree. Moreover, community college is an affordable route to a degree. A student that selects to enter Kutztown under a dual admissions can do so before earning no more than 30 college-level credits and is advised to meet with counselors from both the college and Kutztown to develop a course-taking strategy. Students must earn a cumulative GPA of 2.0. Both full-time and part-time students who enter under dual admissions are eligible for scholarships. In national and international news, sheer devastation